Remember that failure isn't the end. It's just another step on the path to success. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and to grow. No one ever builds something great without a few scars. Welcome to the second part of the journey of business idea. If you missed the first one, you can find the direct link above so you can see and understand what we are talking about. To begin, I would like to tell you that all examples, journals, and metrics that we'll look at here are generally used by many entrepreneurs, but keep in mind that you should use them according to your needs and competence. Likewise, all the models were developed by the Academy and highlight their copyright to whom it might concern, and that is, the accessory is purely academic. Distribution channel. A distribution channel is simply the path your product or service take to reach your customer. Imagine it's a bridge between your business and the people who benefit from what you offer. And there is no one size fits all solution. Every business will have different needs and different ways to reach their audience. Let's break it down by types of distribution channels. First, we have direct distribution. This is when you sell your product or service directly to the customer. If you ever bought something from a company's own website or hire a service directly from a company without any middleman, you've experienced direct distribution. It's a powerful model because it gives you full control over your customer experience, pricing, and brand messaging. But direct distribution doesn't just happen online. It can also take place in a physical location like a retail store, your own shop, or even through direct personal sales. Many small businesses love this approach because it allows them to interact closely with their customer and build strong relationships. Next, we have indirect distribution, where you use third parties or intermediaries to get your product to your customer. This is where wholesalers, retailers, and distributors come into play. For example, if your product, but instead of selling it directly, you partner with a large retailer like Walmart or Amazon, that's indirect distribution. Indirect channels are great for scaling your business. They allow you to reach a much larger audience without handling the complexities of logistics yourself. However, there is a trade-off. You'll lose some control over how your product is presented and sold, and you might also face factor margin because everyone in the supply chain needs to take a cut. For service-based businesses, distribution looks like different. Services are intangible, so how do you deliver them? Often take the form of online platforms or in-person appointments. For example, a fitness coach might offer sessions via Zoom or meet clients in a physical gym. A tech consultant might deliver their service through a combination of online meetings and email follow-ups. If you are in a service industry, platform-based distribution can also be a powerful tool. Think of platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, or even industry-specific ones like healthcare portals or professional networks. These platforms act as intermediaries, connecting you to broader audience of potential clients. While you'll pay a fee to use this service, the exposure can be worth it, especially for businesses trying to scale it quickly. So, how do you choose the right distribution channels for your business? Let's start with understanding your target audience. Where do they shop? How do they prefer to receive services? Do they prefer the convenience of offline shopping, or do they like the personal touch of in-person interactions? You also need to consider your product or service type. For physical products, the logistics of shipping and handling are a big factor. Can you handle shipping directly to customers, or do you need to rely on third parties? For services, think about whether your clients want immediate, on-demand access via apps, or whether they need more personalized long-term interactions. And of course, your resources and capacity play a major role. For many small businesses, starting with a direct distribution is an easy because you control the process. But as you grow, indirect channels might be necessary to scale and reach more customers. Another thing to think about is channel synergy. You don't have to choose just one. Many successful businesses use a combination of direct and indirect channels. For example, you might sell directly on your website, but also partner with third-party platforms like Etsy or big box retailers. This creates more touch points for your customers, increasing your visibility and reach. Remember, distribution is just about getting your product or service to your customer. It's about delivering value in a way that's convenient, efficient, and effective for them. The customer, where they are, and making sure that they have the best possible experience with your brand. Choosing the right distribution channel can be the difference between a good business and a great one. So take the time to analyze your strategies and deliver your value the right way. Investment plan analysis. When starting a business, tracking the raw financial metrics is crucial to ensure that your company is financially healthy, sustainable, and growing. These metrics help you make informed decisions, attract investors, and manage day-to-day operation effectively. Here are the essential financial metrics you should focus on. Revenue. This is the total amount of money your business generates from selling products or services. It's the most basic but critical financial metric as it shows the overall sales performance for our business. However, it just accounts for expenses, so you must look beyond revenue to understanding profitability. And there is a formula. Revenue is equal to price per unit times number of units sold. Gross profit margin. Gross profit margin shows how efficiently your business is producing or delivering its products or services after accounting for the costs like materials and labor, like cost of goods sold or COGS. Higher margin indicates that your business retains more money from each dollar of sales. And there is a formula. Gross profit margin is equal to revenue minus cost of goods sold divided by revenue times 100. Operating profit margin. This metric takes your gross profit and subtract operating expenses like rent, salaries, utilities, and others to show you how profit your business makes before taxes and interest. It's a better indicator of profitability than gross margin, as it reflects the efficiency of day-to-day operations. And there is a formula. Operating profit margin is equal to operating income divided revenue times 100. Net profit margin. Net profit margin is the percentage of revenue that remains as profit after all expenses, including taxes and interest, have been deducted. This is one of the most important metrics because it shows you the overall profitability of the business. And there is a formula. Net profit margin is equal to net income divided revenue times 100. Break-even point. The break-even point shows how much revenue your business needs to generate to cover all its fixed and variable costs. It's the point where you're net making a profit, not a loss. Knowing your break-even point helps you to set sales targets and price your products or service efficiently. And there is a formula. Break-even point is equal to fixed cost divided price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Cash flow. Cash flow measures the net amount of cash being transferred into out of your business. It's important to track cash flow because even if your business is profitable on paper, poor cash flow can lead to insolvency. These are the two types: operating cash flow, cash generated from the business core activities, or free cash flow, cash left after all operating expenses and capital expenditures. And there is a formula. Cash flow is equal to cash inflows minus cash outflows. Burn rate. The burn rate measures how quickly your business is spending cash before it becomes profitable. It's a critical metric for startups, especially when managing limited resources or investor funding. A high burn rate without sufficient revenue or cash reserves could lead to the business running out of the cash. And there is the formula. Burn rate is equal to cash divided by monthly operating expenses. Customer acquisition cost, or CAC. CAC shows how much it costs to acquire a new customer, taking into account marketing, advertising, and sales expenses. A lower CAC means your business is acquiring customers more efficiently, which is key to long-term sustainability. And there is a formula. CAC is equal to total marketing and sales expenses divided by the number of new customers acquired. Runway. Runways tells you how your own business can operate before running out of money, given your current cash reserve and burn rate. This is particularly crucial for startups or businesses relying on external funding. And there is the formula. Runway is equal to current cash balance divided by burn rate. Debt to equity ratio. This ratio measures how much of your business is financial debt versus equity. A lower ratio is a typical better, as it means your company is not over reliant on borrower money. And there is a formula. Debt to equity ratio is equal to total liabilities divided total equity. And finally, we have the return on investments. ROI shows how much profit or value your investment in the business is generating. It's essentially a metric for understanding whether the resources you are pouring into business, time, money, whatever, are yielding a positive return. And this is the formula. ROI is equal to net profit divided investment plus 100. By consistently tracking these financial metrics, you'll gain a clear understanding of your business financial health. These insights will help you to make your better decision, secure investments, and ensure long-term growth. Ultimately, a strong command of these numbers will allow you to manage risk, optimize profitability, and drive your business towards success. Phase number 6, the launch plan. After a month of planning, designing, testing, and refining, the moment is finally there. You're ready to launch your product or service to the world. This is the moment when all your hard work comes together. So next, it's about making the launch moment unforgettable. Whether you're hosting a virtual event, sending out press releases, or dropping a product video, you need to create a splash. Make it a celebration. This is the moment where your brand gets to shine. So, are you ready to make your mark? Let's launch. Congratulations for reaching the end of this video. Remember to subscribe to our channel and leave us a like if this content was useful to you. See you in the next video.